Hello guys, welcome back. In today's session, we are going to see the use of for operator. Okay, so for operator basically it can be used as a replacement for the loop statements which we have in normal ABAP. Okay, we have the do, while, loop, and loop statements. Okay, so if you need to kind of replace them, then the alternative that comes with ABAP 7.4 would be the for operator. Okay, the for operator has many use cases. We'll be checking all that in the upcoming sessions, but for now, let us lay the foundation as to how to get started with using the for operator. Okay, so for operator has various uses, like you can use it along with the reduce operator also. Like there are lots of combinations which happen with the for operator. So so before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would request to you to subscribe to this channel and also like and comment. I'm going to start with my types. Okay, I'm going to create the structure as ty underscore data. I'll provide the first column as C1. I'll provide the second column as C2. Okay, and third column as C3. Fourth column as C4. I'm going to provide all these as of type I, of type integer. Okay, now I will also create a table type table of ty underscore data. So I'm going to I have created a table type tt underscore data, which is referring to this structure. Okay, so now we'll come to the internal table creation part. I will say data it underscore data. It underscore data is the internal table which I'm going to create out of this table type. So how do I do that? Using the value operator. Value operator is basically used for creating internal tables. So if you haven't watched my video on value operator, I would strongly recommend that you go back to the video, watch that video, and then come back to this. So I'll be putting the link somewhere on this screen. Please check it out. So I'll say tt underscore data, and then I'll use the for operator. So I will initialize a local variable using the for operator. I'll initialize a local variable I with value 10 at the beginning. Then what will I do? Then I'll increment this value with 10 in every loop. So we are going to create an internal table, right? So for every loop, I'm going to increment this value of I with 10. Until what? Until I is greater than 50, I'm going to continue this loop. Okay, I'm going to iterate. This is for operator, as I've already told you, is used for iteration. Okay, so till what it has to iterate? Till the value becomes more than 50, I'm going to iterate this loop. Okay, so what will be the values of the columns of these internal table, if of the internal table columns? So for C1, I will provide it as I itself. C2, I'll provide it as I plus 1. C3, I'll provide it as I plus 2. C4, I'll provide it as I plus 3. So I have tried to create an internal table it underscore data with these values. Let us see what is the output now. CL demo output, I'll say display it underscore data. Okay, let me check the syntax. So you get this error. Okay, if you have watched my video on value operator, you will get this error because you're referring to tt underscore data, which is of type table of ty underscore data, but we have not provided any key. So we can provide an empty key or a default key to so that this error doesn't, this syntax error is not coming up. Okay, so now it is syntactically correct, and then I'll execute this. So you can see the internal table got created just with one line of code. You had created this internal table with these values. Okay, so in every loop, I'm saying this is I at the beginning is 10, then I plus 1, right? Why C2 is why is C2 11? Because I have provided it as I plus 1. So this is I plus 2, this is I plus 3. So this comes in every loop. I am incrementing using the then keyword. I am incrementing the I with 10. So we get 20, then 21, 22, 23, and so on. So till 50, that loop got executed, and once I becomes 60, the loop got ended. Okay, so that is how basically this for statement is used to operate to create internal tables, right? So you have seen that now. So that is about creating an internal table. So now what I will do is I will try to create another table called IT data 2, use the same table type, okay, and then I'll say for work area in internal table, okay. So this is how you're going to loop an internal table. If you want to loop an internal table, the approach that we are going to take is for WA in IT underscore data. This can be W underscore data or whatever variable if you want. This is like a work area which you're defining. Okay, so it automatically creates that work area for you. You just have to specify it along with the for statement, and you will say work area in internal table. Which is the internal table I'm referring to? It is IT underscore data. So I'm saying for every work area in this IT underscore data, let it go into loop. Let it go into loop. So it is basically like you writing loop at I tab into work area. Okay. So in normal ABAP we have the loop statement, right? So it's in the reverse order. You're saying W work area in internal table. Okay. So for work area and internal table, I'll provide a where condition. I'll say when C1 equal to 30, okay, I want work area. I will cut this and paste it here, and here I'll change it to right, and here I'll provide it as IT data 2. Okay, so I'm saying here that for C1, when C1 is greater than 30, take the work area content and put it in this internal table IT underscore data 2. Okay, so basically as simple as that. So it takes time for you to actually get used to these kind of keywords, this kind of approach in creating internal tables, and also to loop an internal table. So it might take you some kind of practice. Okay, so if you get some time, I would definitely suggest that you practice this and keep yourself ready in any projects that makes wherein you can use all these statements, right? I will activate this now, execute this. So you can see basically what happened is I told I have asked I have requested the compiler to take the values greater than 30, take the C1 values which are greater than 30, okay, and put those work area inside the internal table IT data 2. Okay, so the entire work area content is being put into this internal table IT data 2. Okay, because why? Because I have provided as WA completely. But if I want just the first column, how do I do that? Check the syntax, you'll get an error. Because why? Because the types are different, right? What is TT underscore data? It has a structure of TY underscore data wherein you have 4 columns. But now I am just trying to extract 1 column out of that, which is not possible. Because why? Because the internal table structure is different. Okay, so how do I deal with that? So either you can actually create like this data to type table of I, maybe, because I just want 1 column, right? Now I'll remove this IT data to, and then I'll provide value hash, activate, execute. So now you see just that 1 column got added up. Why? Because the main thing is the structure has to match. Okay, so I'll just put it back to the other way around. So I'll just remove this and ty underscore tt underscore data. Table type you have to keep it here, and here data it underscore data. So this is how basically we can extract data, okay, using a loop, okay, using a for statement, Using a for statement, you are extracting values which are greater than, for which the condition is that C1 is greater than 30. So all the columns, all the rows for which C1 is greater than 30, all the rows for which C1 is greater than 30 is put into IT data 2. Okay, so that is why you show values uh, coming from these two, the last two rows, because it's greater than 30, right? Because it's greater than 30, C1 is greater than 30, so it is taking values from that. Okay, and now the next thing what I can show you is that I'll create IT underscore data 3. I'll do the same thing again. I'll put it in loop for work area in IT underscore data. Now I'll say index into. Okay, I'm saying for work area, put that index into the LV underscore index. Okay, so for each loop, the index is going to get added up, right? For every entry inside the work area of the internal table. So I'm saying for index into LV underscore index, where you have to provide a where condition also, right? So I'll say C1 equal to 20 maybe. Okay. So it's saying what does it suggest? It's saying that when C1 is equal to 20, take the index of that row. Okay. So in internal table has indexes, right? So when C1 is 20, take that index and put it in LV underscore index. All right. Then what will I say? I'll say lines of IT underscore data, lines of these internal table from LV underscore index. So basically, it's saying that we have to take values when C1 equal to 30 in our case, because we have C1 equal to, in each loop what will happen is that the first loop C1 equal to 10, then 20, then 30, then 40, then 50, right? So it is taking the value of this index, taking it's taking the index value when C1 equal to 20. Okay, so from this line onwards, you are actually, taking all the values, all the rows from IT underscore data from this index. Okay, now let me again print this output so that things, I have not commented this out, so I'll go ahead and comment this, activate. So you can see, oh no, I have not, I have to provide this at right here, activate. So here you can see from 20, it took the index from 20, okay, and it stored it in LV underscore index. And then from that point, it is going to, take all the values of the internal table IT underscore data. So from 20, it is taking all these values. So that is what I have written it here. Lines of IT underscore data from LV underscore index. So now in this case, we have actually, taken all the rows from this table IT underscore data when the index started from the second row of the internal table, because C1 equal to 20 when the row is 2. Okay, when the index of the internal table is 2, it started from there, right? And it took all the values. There was no restriction on the number of rows or the columns which it had to take. So now what I'll do is I'll actually, create this types here again. I'll create a new structure and I'll provide it as T1 underscore data 4. I'll provide just two columns here, C1 and C2 maybe. And I'll say T1 underscore data 4. I'll also, create a table type here. what do I write there? TT underscore data for maybe type table of ty underscore data for with empty key. Just make sure when you're defining the types, you have to provide the key there. Before I write that, I will change this to write. And it's it underscore data 4 I'm going to create based on the new structure which I have created, tt underscore data 4. And I'll say for work area in the internal table, and I will explicitly provide the index number here. I'll explicitly provide the site ABIX of the internal table. I'll say from 2 to 5. Okay, so basically those are the indexes which we were taking for this example. Okay, because it's from 20, C1 equal to 20 to C1 equal to 50, it was going, right? The internal table was looping from C1 equal to 20 to C1 equal to 50. Why? Because the index was matching, right? From C1 equal to 20. And all the rows and all the columns of the internal table were extracted and put in it underscore data 3. So similarly, we are doing it here from 2 to 5. What do I have to do? I have to, because here in TT data 4, there are just two columns, right? There are just two columns, C1 and C2. So I will provide C1 as what? Work area C1. Okay. In work area in the work area of it underscore data, whatever is the value of C1, put in C1 of it data 4. Okay. Similarly, C2 also I want to put from the work area of it underscore data, right? And then I'll close this. I will provide the output. I'll just go for a display now. Check the syntax. Syntactically correct. Activate. Execute. So basically it was doing the same thing, but here it had a more number of columns. Like, yeah, see, more number of columns and more number of rows also, right? Here also you can restrict actually the number of rows. I'll just show you, because here we are just taking C1 and C2, right? Here if you see, there are 4 columns. So if I also want to restrict the number of rows here, I can do that. I'll say from 2 to 4 maybe. Okay, so this is explicitly you're defining the loop, right? The index of the loop, what is required in the output. So from here you can see only from 20 to 40 it is going. Okay, here it is from 20 to 50, right? Because it was counting all the rows after, from and after C1 equal to 20. Okay, here we have a control. Here we have a better control on the indexes which needs to be looped, right? Only from 2 to 4 we have to loop the internal table it underscore data, and C1 and C2 of it underscore data were put in C1 and C2 of it underscore data 4. Okay. Now I will also define, I'll just make it as right here. Now I will define types. I'll say tt underscore I type table of I. Okay, I'm creating an internal table which has one column which will be of type I. Now I'll also put with empty key. Okay, I'll just show you what I'm going to do here. I'll say it data 5 equal to value tt underscore I, and what I'll do, I will loop this internal table it data again, and here I will put the first column of work area in the internal table, okay, into this internal table which has only one column called I, which is of type I, right? Let us see what will happen. Display it underscore data 5. Activate. white. What is white? Okay, right. Activate. Now let us see what is an IT data file. So you can see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 were put in this table. Okay, because why? IT underscore data 5 just has one column. Okay, and all the values of C1. Okay, from IT underscore data 1, I'll just show you that. So basically all the C1 values, okay, in every loop were put in IT data 5, because IT data 5 is just an internal table which has just one column which is of type I, right? Now just observe one more thing. I'll add W underscore C2. Now observe the magic here. So you can see it is taking all these values like C1 and C2 first, okay, 10 and 11, and then in the next loop it is taking C1 and C2 of IT data 1 data and then putting in IT data 5, then C1 and C2 in the third loop it is going for 30 and 31 and storing that in IT data 5. Why? Because IT data 5 just has one column. Okay, so it is trying to adjust and compress that inside this IT data file. Okay, so hope you have understood something at least from this video. Okay, because I know it's somewhat confusing maybe in the initial time when you actually listen to this, but once you practice this, I think it will be more and more easy for you. Okay, so let me also come up with more videos on the for operator. So this is just the starting. I'll be continuing with that, but I'll also provide information regarding other operators, other 7.4, 7.5 ABAP operators, and the other videos are going to come, right? So let us stop here. Okay, I think we had a long session today.